For the first time in my career, students love math. In the world, math is this hated, dreaded thing. But here, with this new math program, the kids love math. They get it for the first time ever. It's not just, I memorize, I do some steps, and I solve, and I get an answer, and I move on. Now, there's so much more that they're doing with math. They're able to actually figure things out on their own. And not just that they get it, they know why they get it. Numbers are meaningless unless we know what they mean. And so I'm constantly stopping them and saying, but what is that number? What does it represent? What does it mean?
Previous years, it was all algorithm-based. We taught them the rules. We taught them how to find the answers. We didn't really have it within our grasp to teach them why we use the algorithms and what the algorithms really mean.
Well, they make a mistake and they don't know why it's a mistake. Because, like, well, I did the algorithm, I thought I did it, you know, and they make some little mistake. But with this new math program, like, they can go back and analyze and know exactly where those mistakes happen.
Now the kids have 4 or 5 different ways to solve any problem.
The kids this year persevere with math way more than kids in previous years. I've always promised my students that by the time they leave my class, they will not be afraid of story problems. I didn't have to promise that this year because so much of what we did was story problems. That was just the essence of math.
It's not so much practice. It's not so much worksheet driven. I think it teaches them a lot of the basic concepts a lot more deeply than we've ever taught them. And so their background, their deep understanding, I think it's going to carry through with them.
And once you give them a whole bunch of different ways of thinking about it, all of a sudden something will click. Whereas if you were only teaching the one way, that click does not happen for them because it's not their way. It's not the way their minds think. And they feel empowered.
Now today, boys and girls, we are going to go and be discussing our two-step story problems. It's been a long time since we've looked at two-step story problems. I need somebody to read for us the problem that is on the board.
Each day, Kelly does 25 push-ups before each workout, and after 15 after each workout. How many push-ups does Kelly do if she works out Monday through Friday?
Who can tell us what we know from this problem? Raise your hand if there is something that you can find from this problem that is information that we know. Camry, what's one?
How much push-ups she does before her workout.
Okay, so we've got her before workout push-ups, and how many is that?
25.
Who else has a piece of information from this story problem that we know? Ava?
How many push-ups she does after her workout.
Okay, and how many is that?
15.
What else do we know from this problem? Kaylee?
How many days she does it.
And how many days is it?
5.
How do you know it's 5?
Because it says Monday through Friday, so there's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and that's 5 days.
Okay, thank you. Everybody take out your math journals. On that same page you were working on, I want you to calculate how many push-ups she does each day. If she does 25 before her workout, 15 after her workout, Kylie says we should use addition. How many push-ups does she do every single day? Can you work out 25 plus 15 and explain to us what you're doing?
Oh, I add the 2 and the 1 together, and that equals 30. And 5 plus 5 equals 10, so that equals 40.
Did everybody catch what he was doing? Okay, thank you very much, Jackson. Now, if you think back to when we did two-step story problems before, we would use a bar chart. Do you guys remember these? Take a moment, discuss with your partner, how would you represent 5 groups of 40 in this bar chart? Now, Kyra's going to show us what he did on that bar chart I've got up there already.
Since there's 5 groups of 40, so I made 5 groups. And then I put 40 in each one.
Can you also calculate the total number of push-ups? Now, will you just really quick tell us what you did to solve that now that it's solved?
So I did 40 plus 40 equals 80, and that's those two. And 40 plus 40 equals 80, and that's those two. And I added the 80s together, and with the 80s I added 20 to make it 100, and then there's 60 left, so there's 160. And then 160 plus the last 40 equals 200.
Thank you very much. Who has a different way, a different equation that they might use to solve for how many total push-ups?
I have tried to gauge their enthusiasm throughout the year and have found that their enthusiasm has stayed high through the whole year.
Oh, I think it's tons more effective. So if you were to look at my end of level scores, you would see that they're preliminary, of course, but comparing them to the district average so far, they're like 15 to 20% higher.
This is my first year in parent-teacher conferences every single term. The kids have said that math is their absolute favorite subject. They love it.
Don't be afraid of it, but I think it's a great way to move forward. And math is changing all the time, the way we instruct math, the curriculum for math. And it's wonderful to see the kids getting this, and we just need to continue on with it. I'd encourage them to just go for it like our teachers have done here.